Behind the Counter is sponsored by
Audible.com, the internet's leading provider of audiobooks, with more than 100,000 downloadable titles across all types of literature. And by Stitcher Radio. Listen on the go via the Stitcher mobile app. For more information, go to stitcher.com/GFQ.
Welcome to an episode of Behind the Counter. I'm Rich. That's John.
Hey.
It's so weird without the music.
I know.
I mean, wasn't that music cool because you're putting it in post?
Yes. Last week, my headphones were off, and you just came in. It was really weird.
Like, hey, it's me, Rich, and this is John Adler, who's gonna play Jean Valjean in the off-Broadway production of Les Miserables.
Vote for me.
That was gonna be mine today, but with no music, it's just you can't burst into it like that.
You're gonna do Jean Valjean?
He's gonna do Jean Valjean.
I hate that.
He's gonna do.
I hate Les Mis.
He's gonna do Robert. I've never seen.
Do you really hate? It's amazing.
Thing.
Stop it.
It's good. It's really good.
Why don't you check out Jennifer Aniston's haircut?
Just digging a bigger hole for your breath.
Like
More material.
Nobody ever did that. Nobody went to school the next day.
Nobody ever put their mom's lipstick on every day.
So I've never seen anything even remotely related to Les Mis. I've seen a book. I've seen stuff on TV and the commercial.
Yeah,
for the Broadway show. But you know what? Anne Hathaway's in it, and like I'm kind of like,
Well, you want to see her with her hair chopped off?
Yeah.
And weird.
Yeah.
She's gonna win the Oscar for that movie.
I think so.
I didn't even see it. I know it.
Yeah.
I think everyone knows.
Argo's gonna win the Oscar for it.
Argo's all right.
I haven't seen it.
All right.
I haven't seen anything.
It's not my pick.
So, Les Miserables, you hate it?
Can't stand it. And I saw a lot of Broadway when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I grew up on Broadway.
Did
you?
you?
No fact.
He's like, you were one of the Newsies.
Mm-hmm. Before the Newsies were big.
The original
I was
Newsies.
the original cast of Into the Woods.
I don't know what that is.
It's amazing.
I'm drawing a blank.
I was the original cast of
Point Break.
Point Break. I was one of the neo-Nazi surfers. I was Anthony Kiedis.
Hey man, sometimes things
Get out of my way.
Some things never change. I keep thinking about the Robert Palmer thing from before.
I always do that
because you're like, yeah, Robert Palmer, man, with his chest out, and I'm like, was Robert? Because I missed a bunch of it. I'm like, Robert Palmer showed up, and you're like, oh no, I meant Roger Daltrey.
Yeah.
And I was
Big
like,
difference.
it would have been so awesome if he just came. He was like, addicted to love, and that was like the beginning of the benefit, like before Springsteen.
Did he put it up?
Huh?
Was he the first one?
He was the first one. I
That's
DVR'd
right,
it. 6 hours long. I think my DVR exploded.
Yeah, I didn't get the. I had to look at the Paul McCartney stuff after the fact.
It was good.
I loved it.
What'd you say? He looks like Mrs. Doubtfire.
He looks like Mrs. Doubtfire. Yeah, it was like Mrs. Doubtfire was heading up to Nirvana.
It was good.
The Nirvana.
The Nirvana. The new song is for like that documentary that girl was making.
What documentary?
He's making this documentary about this studio that's getting closed down. It's like a legendary studio where like a lot of people recorded. And that song that they did is actually for it's Cut Me Some Slack or Don't Cut Me Some Slack. Yeah. And that whole thing is for whatever documentary that is.
It was wonderful. I think he was the best thing on the show.
Not a Joel fan?
I can't stand him, man.
Yeah?
Stop it.
Miami 2017. Come on.
Are you a big Billy Joel fan?
I'm a huge Billy Joel fan. Yeah.
I had no idea.
When we're not here, he's playing nothing but Billy Joel music.
On rotation.
Chris, are you a big Billy Joel fan? All right.
See? Reasonable people.
Yeah, I give him, I'm not going to buy a record, but all right.
He looks like someone decided to make a meal out of meatballs and cottage cheese and put it in a suit.
Put it in a man suit.
Yeah, he's drinking coffee the whole time when he's at the piano. All right.
I think he's at the level where if they make a movie about him now, it's Paul Giamatti all the way.
Oh yeah, he's definitely Paul Giamatti. The bug eyes,
the sweat,
That dude probably stinks.
His band looked like it jumped right out of '89 too.
They were awesome.
Yeah,
the backing band was really awesome.
That sax player actually played sax at my brother's wedding.
No, crap.
Yeah, it's really weird. And like,
are you serious?
I'm dead serious. Like, I think he got married in 2006, maybe 2005. But he was the sax player, and he showed up in something else too, like over Thanksgiving. And my sister-in-law was like, "That's our sax player," and I forgot what we were watching, and then like all of a sudden he's with Billy
Joel.
Was it Billy Joel?
Well,
now?
he did. Billy Joel did do that, like the mini concert that they had for New York, like
Yeah,
right
yeah,
after it
yeah.
happened, and it was the same guy.
Okay.
I was his name Brass Silvermouth. You know what I found out? We were trying to peg what the background of Billy Joel was, and I think me and Bobby were both saying like, "Oh, he's Jewish. He's got a Jewish background."
No, he is.
Yeah, and like I think Kerry was saying like, "No, he's got to be Italian." And we also came down to the fact that Billy Joel is what every guy from Queens looks like when they get that age.
Yeah.
Every single person, just the hair is gone. But I looked it up, and I didn't know this guy's last name was Helmuth, like Hellmouth,
Yeah.
like
Billy
Bill
Hellmouth.
William Hellmouth.
He is of Jewish descent,
Yes,
and I think he is of German Jewish descent.
yes. His parents fled Germany for Switzerland, I think.
And his father left them and went to Vienna.
Yes,
So-
you're reading
And he
Wikipedia.
made that song Vienna, like totally, like he had no idea, like it was subconscious that he wrote it.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
the Billy Joel hour.
It is, yeah.
He I liked it. It was a good back and forth on my personal Facebook last night, where I think Bobby said that he looks like he's made of meatballs.
Yes, he's gross.
Yeah, listen, like the concert, the gist of it is that the concert, as New Yorkers, it's cool because the concert actually did its goal. It raised like an obscene amount of money
Oh yeah,
to help people, which is great. But I'm still gonna make fun of people who were on it.
What was the
Yeah.
total? What did they raise?
They didn't
$1
even.
billion.
Hey, can I ask? Did Robert Plant sing?
No,
He didn't.
that's Roger Daltrey.
You should, because I could have swore I read all over that day that Robert Plant and Jimmy Page were going to reunite.
No.
that day.
Get out of
It
here.
was everywhere, and
I-
I'll swear to you, I read it on like 15 blogs.
Didn't happen.
Didn't happen.
These guys are never getting back. They hate each other so
Yeah.
much. I thought it was weird how Rolling Stones only did 2 songs and they gave the Who 8 songs.
1,000 hours and Kanye West.
And Kanye was terrible. The Gladiator skirt was terrible.
Axl Rose.
Axl Rose showed up. Do you think he's trying to be the Black Axl?
I think so. There was a quote from him a little while ago where he was saying that the problem with any type of pop star is that they're not going for that egotistical, like crazy rock star thing, and that he feels it's his duty. So he's channeling this ridiculous, version of Axl Rose.
Blaxl Rose.
Blaxl Rose.
That's ridiculous. That's complete. I could see it, and now I can see it now that you mention it. But if he would have cemented it if he came on and did Live and Let Die with Paul McCartney.
I thought he was going to do it. I really because he had no guests.
Yeah.
There was such a weird setup. And he was on forever. Like he did, I think, 6 or 7 songs, and it felt like it went on for about an hour and a half.
I also thought he got blown up at the end. If you watch that, like that pyro was like really intense, and like it looked like he was coming out of his piano.
Yeah,
I
think there was something going wrong with the stage at that time. Kanye. My favorite stuff was Steve Buscemi.
Buscemi was awesome.
And also, like, this is the first time I've ever seen a telethon with strictly cell phones.
Yeah.
So, like, when they went, like I was telling you before, like the Sopranos room.
Oh my god.
It was like the entire cast of Sopranos on phones, and there's Brian Williams doing his shtick, which he's amazing. He's an amazing, amazing host. But it looked like the cast of Sopranos decided to be really rude to Brian Williams while he was walking around the studio.
Yeah, I think I'm like on purpose too. But he was
Hold on.
He didn't care. He just went with it. And I think in the beginning, and like actually when I started watching it, when he was talking to Ben Stiller.
Yeah.
And he was like, you couldn't swing a dead cat without hitting a celebrity in this room.
It was twice too.
And he looked at him and he was like, way to turn a phrase, Brian Williams. He's like, yep. And he like walked away from him. He was just like, listen, whatever you celebrities have to say to me, it doesn't matter. Like it's bouncing off.
I'm challenging you out completely.
Yeah.
Except
He's
for the cast
awesome.
of Sopranos.
Yeah. And Gandolfini.
He did it too. He did like the heavy breathing, like when he came over to him.
Yeah. It's a great thing you're doing here.
I can't do it again.
Was he in character?
No, he's that, but
He's become that character.
Yeah.
He's always been that dude. He's a really weird guy.
I just had this conversation with my wife last night, and I didn't even see. We were driving back, and I was talking about how I just got back into The Sopranos, and we were watching like some of the early stuff. And I can't separate the two people. Like I can't separate him, James Gandolfini, and I can't separate Tony Soprano. It's like he's Tony Soprano.
Yeah.
He became Tony Soprano.
Well, you watch him for so long, and his like overall presence is very close to it.
Oh,
Can we show some of those pictures of Gandolfini through the years?
I also think he has like really horrendous. He's horrendous sleep apnea, which is, you know, probably why he has that voice where he's just like,
oh yeah,
Brian Williams,
yeah,
Christopher.
Look at that one. Not happy.
Christopher. Come here, Chrissy. Chrissy. Eating the onion
rings.
Nothing to do with comic books, but whatever.
This is the way we roll in the first half hour of the show.
First 20 minutes.
He's so miserable.
He's a miserable dude. You can tell this guy is trying not to eat a gun every single day.
Oh, don't put that gun in my mouth.
Try to feed the ducks.
Oh my God, the ducks! I forgot about the ducks.
Listen, Sopranos.
I totally forgot about that.
It's one of the strangest shows on TV.
Yeah.
What was the whole thing with the ducks? He had like some love for the ducks, and he was crying for the ducks.
It was
his soul.
The empty nest of his kids like growing up. And losing them.
Yeah.
My favorite moment ever is watching what's it called? Meadow trying to park a car. I think she's gonna get hit by a car.
Yeah. I'm sleeping, dreaming about sausages. Christopher. Dreaming about Christopher. Look at me on a moped.
Oh,
I was watching a segment where like they killed Drea Di Matteo's character.
Yeah.
By the way, she's from Queens. I didn't know that.
Mm.
She's also gonna look like Billy Joel.
I was so like I was like, oh man, they killed her. I liked her character. I watched back. She's one of the most annoying characters.
Oh, she's awful.
Ever.
Oh, especially when they did the whole music producer thing.
Oh my God. I cave her head in.
So great.
Yeah.
I wanted to be a abusive boyfriend.
Christopher.
We're gonna have to tangentially tie this in. So if you could pick Gandolfini to be any comic book character, who would it be? Yeah,
Homer Simpson.
oh, that's awesome.
I would say like Ben Grimm, or I would love to see him as Dr. Octopus.
Peter, come here. Peter, come here.
Bougette on my nose.
Little
Bougette.
Little Bougette on my nose.
Little Shalom nose.
Very miserable.
I guess, you know, I would, Ben Grimm, like maybe an alternate universe, like really out of shape, like an age, like Ben Grimm who hasn't done anything.
He never went to the Air Force.
Yep.
He just worked in the deli for 20 years.
When he got hit by the cosmic rays, it just aged him into middle age. That's it. I guess this is me now.
This is me. He didn't even turn into the thing. He just turned into old Gandolfini.
I was talking about the Sopranos a couple of years ago on the air, and I mentioned you're crying, you're laughing so hard.
I know. Gandolfini has a really soft spot in my heart.
And we were talking about the Sopranos, and I got an email, and I got to find the email. It's like 14 pages long, and all it says is Pajut, Gumad, and Kalamad over and over again.
It's Pajut, Christopher.
Watch me cut this 12 times.
Oh, yeah.
Stabbing my meat.
It's called acting. Stabbing my meat. Paulie, come here.
There was tying it back in the comics a little bit.
Say Bupkis.
Say it again. You trying to argue with me? There was a little bit I read from Matt Fraction talking about Hawkeye. Hawkeye, the last issue, like, pretty much went to the top of the charts, the highest I've ever seen the book reach.
Awesome.
And he's making a new thing where what was it called? Oh, that he's gonna make it a recurring thing that all the Avengers, they're all like have their favorite show. They all watch the same TV show.
Okay.
And I think it's called Dog Cops. And there's like one bit in an upcoming comic where it's like it's just I think Wolverine talking to the Spider-Man. He's like, see last night's episode of Dog Cops? Like, yeah, it's amazing. I can't believe that guy did a thing. And it's gonna be a running joke for like the rest of the the book.
Awesome.
Dog Cops.
You know what? I love that book. I love Hawkeye. It's an incredible book. The thing that sticks into my head is when they announced that Fraction was doing Hawkeye. One comment I read on, I think it may have been Comics Alliance or Newsrama, where some dude was just like really mad Fraction, like he's gonna make Hawkeye talk like a regular guy. I don't want to read that.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Well, I don't understand. Like, I don't like the way that they write Hawkeye for the most part. When they write him as
Hawkeye,
Jeremy Renner,
like the hero,
really the bland, the real calculated type of dude.
Yeah,
I want like the guy who was a villain, who's kind of a goofball. He's like an Indiana Jones type character.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll agree with that 100%. He's like a reluctant adventurer. Basically, he knows he's doing the right thing.
Yeah.
In the first issue, he fell onto a car from like a 6-story window. And got like put up in the hospital.
He's got a dog named Pizza Dog.
Yeah. I think Fraction really nailed the Clint Barton side of it. You know,
Yes.
but you're absolutely right. Like if you read like even like the Bendis stuff, like they make him quippy. You know, he's like the quippy arrow guy, and that's it. He's not fleshed out at all. So kudos to Fraction for fleshing him out.
Good job, kid.
I know you're watching.
You're always watching.
Everybody watching.
At the half-hour mark, though. After we get past all of our pop culture crap.
I don't want to hear that. Breaking Bad again. Game of Thrones again.
Oh, wait till March, man.
Oh, forget it. Wait, and then
The show's not gonna be about comics anymore.
Sons of Anarchy again. Or whatever TV. Monday Night Raw again.
It's never gonna happen.
I know.
It's never gonna happen.
So no news this week, right?
No news. I was just going down the interwebs to see if there's anything going on, and it's a whole lot of nothing. Oh, we had we do a little bit. Gail Simone being fired via, you don't care,
Unceremonious. sorry, internet.
coming out of Karen Berger's dismissal, whatever.
Fired via email.
Replaced for 2 issues by somebody else that we don't know about.
Yes, it's
I can't remember his name.
Ray Fox.
Yes.
Yeah.
You remember the name?
I remember
Guy
that.
Fawkes.
And apparently he is getting a lot of like support where like a lot of creator comments on like Twitter when she got fired were like a couple of days later when they announced like their replacement, they were like, I'm sorry for Gail, but like this guy's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's getting a lot of support from like dudes who are in the industry saying like it's about time he got a major book, and like if it was anybody, it should be him. Like hopefully he'll do a good job with it.
But the problem is that you have all these really great creators that are who are very good writers who are kind of forced to do this really weird editorial stuff where it's just kind of there's a kind of uniform blandness they have to do, and it really shows in like a book like Batgirl, which under all what we kind of expect out of Gail Simone, that should be her dream book,
right?
And it was far from that.
Yeah.
Now, I was an avid reader of Secret Six. I enjoyed Birds of Prey a great deal.
Yeah.
This is the first time she's writing Batgirl, like standing up and doing stuff aside from being on the computer all day, like a real human being.
Right.
And now you just kind of get like it's kind of a deflated story.
Yeah. It was. I was really looking forward to her take on it. Because like she did a great job with like I'm not the biggest fan of hers.
You never have been. Yeah.
But I did like Secret Six. I did like Birds of Prey. Batgirl, I really wanted to like it, and I think I dropped it after like issue 3 or 4, and it just like it didn't grab me at all. I didn't even read it as like part of like the Batman canon of like let's see what's going on here. I just completely dropped it, and like it sucks that she was unceremoniously fired. But I also feel like I mean like, and I'm gonna try to put this in like the most politically correct way I can, just in case anybody who's gonna blow up the internet is watching. Is that if you follow her, and if you have been for years, you get the feeling that she's kind of mouthy, like saying, she speaks from the heart. You know what I'm saying? And
I would go with mouthy.
And it seems like, and I know she's gotten into it with like a ton of other creators and a ton of other dudes. And there's also like the stigma that she has that because she's married to Mark Waid and like all that stuff.
Forget about that.
And it's like I just feel like she may have been really overly opinionated at one point to like an editor, and then they were just like, "Listen, cut her loose. That's it."
I don't think she's been
making tons of money.
Yeah, I don't think DC really cares about a name creator on their books anymore.
Yeah, it's as long as it's selling.
Yeah,
you can write like bat poop.
Yeah, and they do.
Yeah.
I mean, that's basically that. Their bat model is working for them.
Yeah,
they all in the top 10. Their JLA is working. There's nothing that's telling them that their editorial choices and their creative choices are bad for their market. They're seeing great. I mean, there's nothing that aside from like the big books that are holding up that tent.
Yeah,
there's nothing there. Like, give it a few more months when you're getting through Christmas. You're getting through a little bit tired times. Like books are going up. We're getting more and more $4 books. No longer is DC holding the line at $2.99.
Oh no, forget it.
You're gonna see like even more cancellations. Yeah, it's not even close. Wait till they're looking like a skeleton crew at this point. Scott Snyder's leaving Swamp Thing to get more work.
Yeah,
because he can't handle all these books anymore. I think he's dropping American Vampire as well.
Wow,
which is his labor of love. But they want him on a Superman book, which I feel is a kiss of death. A Superman Jim Lee book is always just like, it makes my mouth dry.
It's weird, man, because like the You're absolutely right. It is a kiss of death because like when they announce the big creative team, it never works.
No.
But it's always the Superman stuff that kind of comes out of nowhere that works.
Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. It's Superman's such a hard book to tackle.
Yeah.
The thing with the Jim Lee stuff is Jim Lee's going to have a major say in the terms of the story.
Yeah. Yeah.
You've never not seen that, whether it's like very overpowering creative design or, it's the fact that this guy has a high ranking position in DC and he's always had the prestige.
Yeah.
I do not want to see another Mr. Or other boring
Boar guys.
Yeah.
But also like a little, I want to touch on that a little bit. He still has the fortress in South America, apparently.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
Which was weird when they mentioned that.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, they trashed my other place, my Antarctic base. And
I
now
still got this one.
Yeah, I still got my backup base.
My jungle base, baby.
It's in a temple.
Yeah, it's Superman's a very hard character, right? And like I remember, I feel like unless you're Jeff Johns, then you really can't do it justice at this point. Snyder, I think maybe he'll have because he's a guy who's written so much dark stuff in the past few years that maybe he's like I want to show them like some bright cool Superman stuff.
Yeah, you know what it is? I hope so. I really am hoping for it. I've read tons of interviews with Snyder. Mm-hmm. He talks about his love for Batman.
Yeah,
I have never heard him talk about a great undying love to write Superman.
Never know. You know what's gonna happen?
Not many people do.
Yeah. Me personally, I feel like if I was a creator, like I'd love to tackle.
Look
Superman.
at it this way. All right, from like a pure armchair critic.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a lot of great stories in my mind for like my ultimate this storyline and creatively for at least almost all the characters, especially the major characters.
Right.
I do not have a great Superman story in my brain,
mm-hmm.
and I think very few people really do. I don't have it.
I'd love to tell a Superman story.
Who would you work with in terms of cast?
It would be
Luthor, Bizarro.
It's touched me over here.
Let me touch you.
Superman. I would have like a good balance. Like it would be I would keep the extra characters out of the Superman stuff. Like Lois would be strictly a Clark character. Jimmy would be strictly a Clark character. Like all those guys. I would make Luthor a Clark character. I'd go differently. And then as Superman, I would play Superman as like he doesn't even have time for Luthor, where he's just like, listen, like I've done this a million times, dude.
I gotta fight the prankster.
Yeah, I gotta do.
Toyman.
Metallo's back.
I can't stand Metallo.
Except Metallo in my version of Superman would be a really awesome extreme metal band. That
he wouldn't be a big yellow Tonka truck.
4 guys. Four guys with kryptonite hearts.
I would see that.
Yeah, right. And Parasite's their manager.
And Mad Dog.
Yeah, and Mad Dog shows up. And what's his name? Gangbuster? Team Buster?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, Superman's a tough read. But, like, touching back on the Gail Simone thing, like, it sucks. You got fired by email, dude, What's going to happen? Where is she going to go? She's probably going to do some indies. And probably, I guarantee you the next thing she does is going to be incredible.
I think she's going to go to Marvel.
Yeah?
Yeah. Mark Waid's over there.
Mm.
Her exclusive contract's been keeping that way for a long time. She's worked for DC for God knows how many years.
Ages.
I could see her picking up I would love to see her do She-Hulk.
Really?
That maybe I'm the only one that wants to do that, and it's kind of like what she would probably be good at.
Yeah.
I hate to say like writing a female book, but that's where her strength is.
Yeah, absolutely. She does fleshed out female characters extremely well. No, honestly, Miss Marvel.
You know what? Yeah, I would love to see her do a Miss Marvel. I think that's kind of lacking her voice.
I would do a Miss Marvel, and I would also throw her on like a young teen book, like if they did like a Young Avengers or like another Academy or whatever arena type deal. No, I didn't.
It's good.
Yeah,
I really liked it.
Superman trailer. What do you think?
Yeah, it's a good segue. I really liked it. I liked it. I was fighting with Bobby for almost the entire week about it.
What a hater.
He hates it. I don't know. He just wants, Superman punching people through buildings. And I think you got a good chunk of that.
It's going to happen.
Yeah. I mean, I think they're holding off on a lot of the big action scenes. The thing is that I was arguing was the thing about Superman movies are, number one, you have to have melodrama. A great deal of it. It's sappy stuff. I mean, it's Superman, like, the weight of the world on this guy's shoulders, the farm crab. Yeah, it's that stuff.
Yeah.
But you got some cool imagery. The action looks like it's going to be completely over the top. I think he looks great.
Yeah.
I think it looks awesome. Like he himself,
I'll agree. Yeah,
you know, he looks like a good Superman without being a cheeseball and not being a weirdo or like a big face person.
A big face person.
Yeah, because a lot of Superman guys have like the big heads,
like Dean Cain.
Yeah, Dean Cain is a big face person.
George Reeves was
not. He was the only Superman for a while. He was just like, oh wow, the Superman TV show on.
Yeah,
he was not the best.
George Reeves was a very headly individual as well,
but he was awesome.
Yeah, he was with trampoline. Yeah, amazing.
Who would you say is the best Superman?
Christopher Reeves.
He's all the way Christopher Reeves.
Yeah.
I don't think it's the best Superman yet.
Really?
Yeah.
Christopher Reeves, Superman 1 and 2. Forget it. You know what? You know what got me about this trailer too is like you show him like I'm a dope.
I know.
The orbiting when he comes out of the Earth's orbit, and then you see him like woo.
Well, you're like we've never agreed on this. Like you know, you hold the Superman movies so close to your heart. Like
the first two, yeah.
You are like totally overboard. Not overboard, but like you're really head over heels for. You know, the Christopher Reeve stuff, like, you know, crap and all the cheeseball stuff. I can't stand that stuff. Like, I can sit down, I can enjoy it, but there's no way where that's like the epitome of Superman should be.
See, you know what? Like, my argument is
the best thing about it is Gene Hackman.
Gene Hackman's amazing. I don't even like Margot Kidder in the movies, to be honest with you.
I have a weird thing for her.
Really?
Yeah.
She sucks. She's got the never mind. I can't say something that horrendous. I'll tell you later.
Okay. I'll take that.
The epitome of those movies is in Superman 1. You see how he plays the dynamic of Clark and Superman so well, you know, because he's such an over the top dope. And
I don't like that.
And also, I love that. It's like like a total spaz,
borderline retarded.
But that scene in the alley where he jumps in front of the bullet, and then she's like, "Oh my god!" He's like, "I guess he must have missed." And then he looks down, and he has like. He catches the bullet, and you're kind of like, yes, that's the guy. You know? Love it. Love the wink to the camera. It's awesome. It does the job of making you feel good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what?
I think so.
I grew up, like, you know, as a kid, I grew up on a healthy dose of, like, you know, your Indiana Jones, your Star Wars, on a daily basis. Whenever Superman was on, I would always, like, wait to fast forward to, like, the big fight scene. It never happens.
Oh, no. Never
happens.
In Superman 4 it does, but at that point, it's like, who cares?
But I mean, with Superman, to me, it was never believable. Like, there was nothing. He was indestructible. He was the strongest person on the planet.
Yep.
He would get his ass kicked for a little bit, but of course he was going to win. Like, there was no believability with him.
Yeah, well, there was no reason for, you know, alarm. There's no suspense with.
I hated him.
Yeah.
I have my problems with Superman. I've always had my problems with Superman. You know, my problem is always exactly what you're saying is, you know, the lack of flaws. He is really, you know, a god on earth without any, like, the dude's moralistically amazing, you know, makes all the right decisions.
Right.
You know, looks good doing it, you know, takes a bullet, can pick up anything in the world, shatter the earth with a punch. It's just like, whoa, like, this guy needs to be scaled down.
Too much, man. Too much.
Well, take it easy. After, like, Doomsday. They ruined it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, all that stuff. I mean, like, I can't say, like, my favorite story of, I think, my Superman stuff of all time, you know, in comics was the All-Star Superman stuff.
Oh, it's phenomenal.
Because it was such a, you know, it was such a different take on it. It was really, you know, like how we were saying, like, you want the Ken Burns, you know, 90s Attitude Era, you know, documentary about WWF. This is like that version for Superman. Really peeling back the layers and great action at the same time.
Yeah.
But Christopher Reeve never did it for me. I appreciate him. I think he brought the image of Superman there, but I'm not crazy about that image.
Okay. Do you like Brandon Routh?
No.
Yeah, Dean Cain.
No, I don't like it. I think the closest thing it comes to is George Reeves.
The guy who played Superboy.
Oh, I hate that kid.
For what? For Smallville?
No.
The Superboy TV show.
That guy too.
I hated that guy.
Yeah.
Smallville, I hated.
I can't.
He never flew.
It sucked.
He never flew.
Like, you waited all this time for him to fly. What's the deal?
What's the deal, Martin Seinfeld?
Yeah, I never watched Smallville. I watched half of a TV movie of Smallville when they introduced the JSA.
We were the only. Yeah, me too. We were the only fans that didn't watch.
But weren't, like, the Brainiacs on there and everything? Like,
Brainiacs?
They had Brainiac 5 on there.
The Brainiacs were on, the Metallos were on it. I think they had Brainiac on there.
They did have Brainiac.
They did. They did. It was like his professor or something like that.
Yeah, but it was weird.
All this stuff was, I mean, it's the same thing with, like, Arrow. Like, Arrow's like a big hit now. I have no desire to watch.
It's terrible.
Yeah, I have no, and it's really filling in that small, you know, hole.
I hate, you know what? I hate, like, I love comics so much and all this stuff, but like, I hate saying something's terrible because I know a million people like love it and they're just like, you're a hater. Like, why?
So let me put
Why
this
do you
question
hate
out
it?
there. Do you think it's because you cannot represent a comic book on a weekly television series?
No, I think you can. Well? I think you can. I just think it gets bogged down with like you have to get a good looking guy who can kind of act, or a good looking female who can kind of act, and then just draw ratings that way. And use formulaic soap opera garbage.
I mean, you have a lot of, budgetary, concerns. We watch Game of Thrones, and it's just like, they spend their entire budget on, those special effects. There's no way that a 22 episode network show, television show can have him, fighting, Doomsday every week.
Yeah.
You have to have him like singing in the classroom or like doing hay or whatever the hell Superman does.
Like baling hay.
Yeah.
Like even like remember like the Flash series?
It didn't work.
It didn't work.
It didn't work. I love to think that the Flash show was awesome because it was the first suit that looked great. But I went back and watched that and it's garbage. It is absolutely complete garbage. You can take your Mark Hamills and shove them.
Yeah, he's a trickster. Listen, like for me, if you want to do like besides cartoons, like if you want to do a superhero drama correctly, the fans will hate it because it's going to be on HBO. You're going to get 9 episodes, and then you're going to have to wait 15 months.
Years.
Yeah, you have to wait like 15 months for like the second season, and then it's like, why don't you put it on network and give me 22?
The first experiment that we're really going to see with something like this is Josh Whedon's take on the Shield television show. I think that's doable. It is, because I think that what he's doing is he's trying to do like an X-Files, type of thing of where they do the weird cases and they might tackle some B-level supervillain and stuff like that. That's exactly what I want. Yeah. I want to be able to live within those confines and maybe have your big thing at the end of the season. Yeah, like your big superhero thing that reveals. But like my problem with that is that with most network TV, it sticks to the formula. It sticks to the formula that was written by Desi Arnaz like 1,000 years ago. Where like at the end of one episode you're gonna get like, oh, you're a doctor, I should go see a shrink. What's your name? Oh, Samson. And like for a fan, it's like you're like, holy crap, it's awesome. But then like when the reality of it is like they wrote a name on a piece of paper and that's it, and that's what you're clamoring for. Like I watched a video today about it was like 25 things wrong with the Amazing Spider-Man movie. Oh yeah, and it was so deflating. Yeah, it was just like, all right, room full of spiders, no video cameras anywhere. Yeah, there's like hologram technology that doesn't exist yet. No video cameras in this one area of the building. Like the guy he bumps into happens to have like the plans for the stuff. I understand it's a comic book, but it was like watching that was like so deflating. Yeah, I mean that goes for most superhero movies. There's a great level of suspension of disbelief when it comes to even the most mundane, crap that they do. Yeah. Because you really, I think for, especially that type of story, like when they do, which is unnecessary, that keep on doing these origin stories. Yeah. They have to cram so much crap into it. Yeah. Just like move the story from point A to point B. Yeah. And also I feel like we're going to have to keep defending Batman for a while. Yeah. That movie has polarized so many people. Yep. Like even though I picked up the I watched it, with Vicky the other day and totally bored. Totally bored. I don't get it. She was like, I don't like Bane. I don't think Bane's stupid. I was totally bored by Bane. She was like, the last half an hour was ridiculous. It was amazing. I loved it. But I think the problem was that for a lot of people that came out so close to Avengers. Okay. Because I think Avengers really is exactly what you want out of. It's a completely different type of movie. Yeah. And we've been getting that Batman formula, that real serious, real world basics. And you get like the perfect superhero movie living in a comic book universe. Yeah. Which is like incredible. I just think there's as an imbalance. I think that the shift of the masses kind of said, this is what we want, as opposed to, waiting for characters develop. Brooding, you don't want brooding anymore. Well, I was, there's a lot of complaints about like the Superman movie where because Christopher Nolan's name's attached to it, that fans are kind of in a clamor saying like, I don't want to see brooding Superman. I want to see like happy-go-lucky Superman. As a Superman fan, I'm fine with like morally kind of like questioning like stuff Superman. That's great, but what are they gonna do? The one thing about the trailer that I thought was really weird was Kevin Costner telling him to kill everybody. Yeah, it's like maybe you should let him die. Just let him die, bro. My responsibility. I think it'll be good. I do think it's gonna be interesting. I really do not want to see Joe Gordon-Levitt as a Batman in the movie.
If they do the Justice League.
Well, they said that there might be a big surprise in this one, that there's a cameo from Joe Levitt playing, Batman.
Really?
Which is
I didn't hear about that.
Stupid. Look at Andrew's face. He's blown away.
You know who Joseph Gordon-Levitt is, right?
Joe Levitt. Joey Levitt.
Tell me why you'd hate that.
Because I don't want to see them bring over that universe to this like newly established like
Superman universe.
Yeah, like what they're kind of building JLA for. I don't want to see a Robin Blake Superman. I want my Bruce Wayne at that point. I don't want to even see another Batman movie. I just want to see a Justice League movie. Prove me wrong. Make this stupid movie already.
make this damn movie. You know.
I've been hearing about JLA movie for like 30 years now.
Oh yeah, before you were born.
Yeah.
1976.
1976 when they started talking about JLA.
Listen, like you know what they're gonna do, because I think they're gonna, as critically acclaimed as the Batman movies are and like how much success they had, they're still going with the Marvel thing, especially with like Superman could be the first one where they'll do I think it was the end of Iron Man when
it was the first one
when Sam Jackson showed up, right? They'll definitely do that where like everything's great in Metropolis, and then he'll see somebody on a roof and he'll show
like, Batman on a satellite.
Yeah,
watching him.
Like, I need your help. I need your help. That's how I play Batman. A lot of chin moves, like chin signals.
It's like Batman played by G.G. Allen.
That's gonna happen. You're gonna have like the after the credits thing, or like right at the very end, or like when he reverses time and saves the day.
Or he shows up in Gotham and they just show like the bat signal, and he's like, "I'm here to do business."
I also kind of feel like Zod is gonna be straight on the Kryptonian side of things. I don't think he's gonna show up on Earth.
No, I think he's going to show up on Earth. I think so. Yeah. It feels like they're probably going in the direction of like that Planet Krypton stuff, that there's like this hidden away little like pocket of soldiers, I guess.
Mm-hmm. You don't think they're going to do the Phantom Zone?
I just think it's too much.
Yeah.
I mean, like I was thinking about, also like possibly that Zod's like trapped in the Phantom Zone, but it looks like they're cramming in a lot of crap because you've got the farm stuff. Yeah. You've got apparently, him growing a beard and like going fishing for
on a
half
boat,
an hour.
sinking a boat.
You've got exploding Metropolis. No Jimmy Olsen.
Right.
And then the Zod stuff. And like it just seems like there's a lot of story beats that you have to kind of cover unless they failed it as a movie and they just do everything possible.
Well, and also there's like, I feel like obviously there's going to be a subplot where like he willingly lets himself be taken prisoner at some point for something.
Yeah. How do you feel about Life Fishburne playing Perry White, which I totally forgot about?
Lawrence Fishburne, fine, I'm cool with that. I don't care.
Yeah, you're not up in arms about the black Perry White.
I don't give it. I don't give
care
a
less,
crap.
right?
I don't give a crap. I read an excellent thing on I watched stuff the other day about Hemdale, because it's Idris Elba from Thor.
Oh yeah.
And it was something about making like another
Hendo.
Making another character black, and the guy writing it was like, you know what? I want to see Black Thor with Black Hemdale versus the black evil elves. That's it. Like
I would see that.
I want that movie instead of like, I don't know what these white supremacist Nazis are saying that like this guy can't be black.
I mean, I can argue.
It never bothered me, honestly. Like no casting, like even when Michael Clark Duncan was Kingpin, not bothered.
It was retarded though.
It was retarded, but he was arguably the biggest guy in Hollywood at that time physically.
I think he's still the biggest guy. Even though he's dead, I still think he's the biggest guy.
Still taking up space somewhere.
Yeah. Still suck up that oxygen.
Sorry.
Taking up that mass.
Sorry, Mike.
MCD.
All right, we got 15 minutes.
Wow.
Comics.
They were good this week.
Yeah, they're excellent.
They're all right.
Andrew, did you take the black tape off of Jonathan's light?
The blue, right?
Because your mouth.
I'm actually whitening his teeth as he's doing the show.
I'm looking at you the whole time, and I'm like, wow, this guy really brushed his teeth real well. And then, like, when you move, I was like, oh, he's got the blue lights all over your face, like all over your mouth.
Can you see all my my garbage that's in my beard?
No, it's not shining down.
All my crumbs.
It's not a black light. It's just.
Apparently it's off. Why?
I don't know. He peeled off the tape on all of them.
It's why would he do that?
He's mentally ill.
That's okay. I was wondering why they're so sticky.
He still works there.
Yes.
All right. Walking Dead.
Awesome. Most terrifying comic book of the year by far. Perfect. Just right in time before the year ends.
Yeah.
The issue was a huge Negan issue. Basically, Negan giving a guy a tour of his domain to Carl, and the threat of him doing something awful to little Carl.
Oh my God.
And just like, and every panel and every page is just sense of dread. And the big payoff in the middle was him, Negan asking Carl to take his patch off. He's like, oh, look at his hole. Like, and all you can think about is him, skull banging him.
Yep.
And it's like, this is going to be one of the worst things ever for it.
Yeah.
It never happens. Yet.
It's kind of like you get like the big Schrodinger's cat with this issue. Like, what would your reaction been if that happened? Would it be like, obviously besides like pure disgust, but like, would you have just like put it down for him? Like when
yes.
when Glenn got killed, I had to put the book down for like a minute.
Yeah,
because like it was so like illustrated like perfectly, and like they captured everything. It was horrifying.
The closest I ever came to that feeling, I think the beheading issue was pretty big.
Okay, yeah.
And the losing of the hand, and like the big beats in Walking Dead. But the closest I ever got out of that was like Game of Thrones stuff. Like reading the books, there's like big moments that are just like where you kind of just have to like, oh my God, you have to like kind of decompress.
Yeah.
If that happened, if he was raped by Negan, it would have been. I think it also shows that there's a little bit more to Negan than just a pure evil villain.
Absolutely.
It's going to my team up for him and Rick eventually. Watch.
I think so too. Well, I think he's something's gonna happen. Like I feel like also like his whole the thing with him and Carl is that he wants to show Carl how cool he is.
Yeah.
And show him how in charge he is. Like, I'm the cool guy in the leather jacket. Like, this is what I do. I also feel like his reveal is going to be that, like, he's just, like, some Joe Schmo, like, schlub IT guy who just happened to, like, be
the biggest, baddest dude.
Like, in the right place at the right time to, like, kind of control people, and you see, like, his compound where, like, he has a room full of women that he's taken as his wives. Yeah. And he's just like, I've always wanted to bang a bunch of chicks, so why not? And he's like, you can look at their boobs if you want. It's okay, kid.
That's what they're there for.
And then he's like, don't ever put that bandage on because you're a badass. And then you see him, he's like, I'm really sorry to make you cry. Yeah. Like, I don't want you to cry because I made fun of you, you know? The thing with the iron in the face.
I didn't see that coming.
I didn't see that coming either. Because I thought like in my head when somebody says iron, I thought it was like the
branding
poker.
Iron.
Yeah, like or like a poker, like like the fireplace poker. Yeah. Like he was gonna do something to one of the chicks,
Yeah.
And like you said, like that big feeling of dread with every page, and then he straps that guy down, that guy Mark, and just like sizzles half of his face, and then you see the other like two-faced guy looking at Carl, and that's when that's like the writer beat where you kind of know that these guys are probably gonna have something to do with the fall of Negan or something,
I just hope he sticks around for a while.
Yeah.
He's a really good foil. And like I like the fact they didn't go full blown just sociopath with him.
Yeah.
I think they're learning from what they're doing with the governor on television.
Yes.
To add a little bit more than just we don't need just a gigantic villain.
Yeah.
Keep them all pretty much gray.
Well, I mean that's another point. You had the governor, which was arguably like the biggest single like bad guy that they've ever faced, and then and that was like what, like issue 30, 40 maybe?
That was running into I think the other Walking Dead stuff in the prison. That was 25.
Okay. So
he ran from like 20 to like the 30s.
Yeah, so you have like 70 plus issues where there was no like major one bad guy.
Never.
And you have like the introduction to Negan, which is going to play out probably over like the course of like, let's say 10 issues or whatever.
Yeah.
And then like where do you go from there? Like, because at some point you're going to have like the one guy again.
Yeah.
Maybe it's Rick.
Yeah, I mean, you need to like knock them down because you don't want that invincibility. Like classically, I love the Hunter storyline where you thought it would be this massive battle between Rick's crew and these cannibals.
Yeah,
and it just proved like why Rick and Co are so badass in the apocalypse. So it's nice to have them knock down a peg, every once in a while and like increase that threat level because zombies aren't a problem anymore.
Yeah.
Not a great deal, but it's the human element.
They can handle the zombies.
Yeah.
At this point,
Yeah, I mean they're a well-oiled machine when it comes down to killing zombies.
Yeah. But I want the Negan origin story, which I feel like you're not going to get it with Kirkman, because like he never gives that much away. He never gives it all away at any point.
Well, he's doing that. He's doing those novels, and he gave an entire backstory to Governor.
Yeah.
Over 2 books, and now he's going into. Remember at the end of the Governor storyline, there was that one chick. She was the one that blew away Lori.
Yeah.
And she was like the last. She was basically the last one standing. They wrote the next book is all about her. She's the one in the Walking Dead game that blows away your girlfriend.
Okay.
So like, there's he has these weird characters that he won't do in the regular comic. He'll do some background. There was an awesome thing I forgot to tell you about. I read the Comic Book Legal Defense Fund comic. They had a 6-page governor story.
Okay.
Where it's him and another dude shopping for fish tanks, and him asking like why you were buying fish tanks. And like there's like a sense of dread where his head's gonna end up in the fish tanks along with the to be governor's entertainment.
Okay. All right.
Good stuff.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I like it.
I like it too.
Good. Eric, keep going.
Yeah.
It's all right.
It's good.
It's good.
All right. Chill.
I can't wait. And next issue is supposed to be the major, like, this is like the big ball dropper, apparently.
Well, it's also Charlie Adler's anniversary issue.
Okay. Yeah. Awesome. So it's going to be beautiful.
Yeah, I think he's done I don't remember how many issues he said he did, but he's hitting a bit of a milestone for it. Because he came in after the 6th issue, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, like 106 would be, him hitting 100 issues.
Just kill everybody. Everybody dead.
Don't.
Everybody dead. Batman
was incredible.
Batman, I think, was my personally, I think it was Walking Dead was a close second. Actually, you know what? I'll put them on the same level. Batman and Walking Dead. It's a hair between them about how good they were this week.
Bats, I had problems with, but I love Bats.
What were your problems with Batman?
It's not that. I think it's a big storyline, but this is one of those issues where they're setting up for the next.
Right.
Like you can, they're setting up for this Arkham, confrontation between him and the Joker. It's a lot of setting up the pieces. Like you got the secret, which is I think awesome. The fact that Batman's been keeping it secret that it's possible that Joker at some point has broken into the Batcave many years ago
and knows everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's this looming threat, and I think they keep it ambiguous.
Yeah.
I think they keep it the same way, just like his, Batman's brother. I love the mask. His face kind of falling off at one point. Read Batman Robin. I can't wait for you to read Batman Robin. Because he does. Patrick Gleason does the best stuff I've ever seen with the mask.
Yeah. Okay.
But in this issue, like you get the looming dread of like the Batman family starting to unravel and not really trust Bruce, and you don't know how far Joker's gonna go.
Yeah.
But my main problem is it was just kind of, it didn't so much move the story forward. It kind of just, got you ready for like the big movements.
Yeah, yeah. I like the reason I really dug it is because like it sows like the seeds of like kind of dissension also, and it's also and like Batman's unaware completely. And at the end of the last issue, Joker said, "And you're gonna kill everybody that you love on your own." Yeah. And you get that feeling of dread with this, where they're all like Nightwing, Robin, Red Hood, Batgirl. They're all questioning him, saying like, "Why don't you tell us what happened?" And you get the feeling that you don't see Batman panicked, but he was like panicked. He was just like really frazzled with it. And also because there's like that monologue during the whole issue about how you never see Joker's eyes flicker. He's full of hate and like pure hate, and like he never has any human tells. And Batman's trying to convince himself that he's human. And he was like, maybe the chemicals did something to him, but no, he's still like flesh and bone, and I can break him, and like he can be like beat up just like anybody else, and I can stop him. And then as you're getting like, this is another kind of interesting thing too, is that on his way to Arkham, I don't know if you picked up on this, how you're interpreting this, but apparently Joker has like some kind of machine or something in Arkham.
He's building something.
Yeah, he's building something in Arkham. Because he's using like all this metal and like whatever, like ironworks or whatever. And in that last scene of like Batman walking up the steps of Arkham, and he's like, like I saw his eyes move once basically, and it wasn't out of anything else but love. Yeah. So it's like that, like it's really creepy that Snyder brought Joker to that level of like that he's not. It's not like, I don't think it's like he's in love with Batman.
He loves the process of Batman Joker.
Yeah, but he just loves Batman because he's like, you're the only one that gives me any kind of fun around here, And also the fact that in the backups, you're getting the sense that like he wants the villains to be exactly how they used to be.
Yeah, well, there's he recruited Penguin in Detective Comics, and then like in this one was, after this storyline's over, Riddler's going to be the new big villain. And he, it's kind of establishing that Riddler is like one of the smartest guys in the room. Right. Like the only guy smarter than him is Batman when it comes to like, planning ahead and all that. They also showed like weirdly that the Joker's crew was walking around with a white horse. Yeah. So they're setting up some type of weird, like from what I read from Capullo, that what he does to Arkham is like some of the favorite stuff that he's ever drawn.
I feel like like my guess is that he builds him a palace.
Ooh. I think some weird labyrinthian crazy house.
Yeah, I really think that's a possibility. I think it's going to be a palace where like he's building Batman like a throne.
He's
to
talking
sit
about
on.
the kingdom thing, and
and also like it's really creepy too when how like Snyder's kind of writing the Joker where he really gets under your skin. He's not just like a crazy guy. Now he's just like
just throw something.
Go ahead.
I wonder if he's trying to if he's going to the big reveal is going to be that he's rebuilding the inside of Arkham to look like Wayne Manor. And that he's essentially revealing to everybody that he's Bruce Wayne. So he's going to have to abandon like the Bruce Wayne persona, from scratch.
That's really interesting. That's a really cool plot.
Because he's talking about the family thing. Like he's talking about
Yeah.
he wants him to be Batman, like, without any strings attached.
Yeah, yeah. Or maybe he's, maybe instead of the Wayne Manor, maybe he's building a replica of the cave.
Ooh.
Which would be pretty creepy too.
Or like a Joker, like Joker's cave, like his own cave to it.
Yeah,
oh, wow.
like which would make perfect sense because like that would be his base of operations, and like he's been controlling everything since the very beginning or whatever.
Stuff.
It's good stuff, and I also it's so creepy how you have Joker freeing Riddler and telling Riddler like come on man, like you could have busted out of here. And he was like, there's 146 ways I could have busted out, and 3 of them I could have done blah 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 blah, and I'm out. And he's like, you always leave your clues because you want to be found by him.
Yeah,
and he's like, all right man. Like,
what do you want to do?
Like, what do you got?
Where's
what do you got
Clayface?
for me?
You need a Clayface.
I want the Clayface. I want Killer Croc.
Oh yeah, I want all the big guys. I think they're gonna have all the old school role. I think like all of Scott Snyder's favorite bad guys are gonna show up in this.
Except for Mr. Freeze.
Nah, he's doing other stuff.
Yeah, the Freeze guy.
Yeah. Well, he did all this stuff with the Owls. With
Yeah.
the Freeze.
Yeah.
I think we'll see like Clayface and some good Penguin stuff.
Andrew, can we get one more book in?
Yeah.
X-Force.
Good book.
Yeah.
Weird book. This is one of the 2 new X-Force books. It's Cable and the X-Force. Really, apparently Cable has lost his Technovirus.
Right.
He's got a little baby arm where his big robot arm used to be.
Yep.
So Forge builds him a awesome arm. The issue also opens up some cool stuff where they've apparently Cable and his X-Force team have committed some act of terrorism, and Havoc shows up with his Uncanny Avengers, and Havoc like telling Captain America what to do, which is like kind of a peek into the future.
Yeah.
And it's kind of awesome. And for some reason, it popped in my head that we're going to see Havoc in a Captain America costume.
Okay. All right,
Which would be awesome with the shield and like the rotating discs.
That would be pretty. That would be pretty cool. But I like that dynamic. But like Cap comes up to him and he's like, "Really? Like you told me to stand down, huh?"
It's like big mistake.
You're fired. And also like I really wanted Cable to call Havoc Uncle Alex.
Yeah,
because it's weird. Like you forget that they're like this is your family we're dealing with. Havoc.
Yeah,
and he's like, "Come on, man! Like you're dead. Like what are you doing, man?"
He's a little baby.
It's good. I also like the reuniting of Hope, and you got to see some cool Domino stuff.
Domino coming back.
I also like the little nod to previous versions of Cable, where the Forge hands him the super arm, where he's like, "Listen, like this thing is the most ridiculous thing I've ever worn, and believe me,
I want no crap.
Like I used to wear some ridiculous stuff, bro."
You know what? Like aside from the Liefeld stuff, I think they've dressed Cable very well over the years.
Yeah,
I think he's had a lot of cool costumes. I love that crap during the 12 when he had that like weird like manslaughter mask that he had. It was like a half blue thing that covered up the star side.
Oh, I don't remember that.
It was crazy. He was walking around with a laser staff and a weird mask, and it was awesome looking.
Oh, I kind of vaguely remember that. I like the Soldier X stuff.
I love that stuff.
Regular, like very stripped down Cable,
thinner.
Cool.
He looked very Eastern European.
Yeah.
That was a really cool look.
But the issue was good. He reunited with Hope. He's putting like this crazy team together. Apparently, Dr. Nemesis,
Colossus coming on.
Colossus, Domino. I think Boom Boom at some point.
No.
Feral. No.
That was good.
Warpath. Nothing.
Maybe
it's
Warpath.
Gonna go back to like the. You know what? Like I feel like this is a good start. Like this is a good jumping on point for fans of the '90s and also like new fans who want to read something kind of cool and like actiony. But will it replace our Rick Remender?
Nope.
Uncanny X-Force?
Not even close.
No, that book was phenomenal. Like
it's still not even over yet.
Yeah. That's at the bar for X-Men team books. I feel.
Yeah, I feel bad for people who haven't read Remender's X-Force because that really is one of the best books in the stands.
Mm-hmm. It's amazing.
Forge, Domino, Colossus, Cable, and Dr. Nemesis.
Perfect. I like it.
And then we have the other book, which is going to have the other X-Force, Lady Phantom X,
Spiral.
Puck, Spiral,
Wolverine.
some other weirdos. No Wolverine.
No Wolverine. They released, that was the other thing too
Psylocke.
that I forgot to mention before we go, that they released that weird Wolverine poster, which I thought was just like a DeviantArt thing.
The
I thought it was a fan made poster. I wish we had a picture of it, but it's like him on the roof, like the samurai sword.
yeah, and they also have an animated version of it, where it's just like the rain is moving.
Oh, awesome.
Great.
Cool. All right, this is behind